Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is Top 5 Wednesday and a BooktubeSFF Awards Book Babbles. If you are not familiar with Top 5 Wednesday or the BooktubeSFF Award Book Babbles, I will link both of the topics down below for you to explore more. This week's topic is our favorite science fiction and fantasy booktubers. Now, I am one of the judges for the BooktubeSFF Awards, and I also love all of my fellow judges who are all SFF channels. I'm going to be talking about a few of them here, but I also want everyone to know that I love all of them, and I'm not necessarily picking favorites, but these are the ones that stood out to me, mostly because for the majority, I've been following them the longest, so I want to talk about them, and a lot of them I've talked about before, and you're familiar with, and all that stuff. But this isn't all judges. BooktubeSFF Award judges do make up a large chunk of the BooktubeSFF population, although it's growing, which is really hard to find sometimes. And these are also in no particular order because I cannot pick favorites. The first booktuber is a recent find, and that is Ali Kovir Books. And I discovered her from her commenting on my videos, and I was like, I like your name, because I was reading Nevernight at the time, and her name is based on Nevernight, and so I clicked on it, and I discovered her videos, and I really enjoyed them. She mostly talks about fantasy, for the most part, from what I've seen. I'm still kind of working my way through her backlist of videos, but I definitely really enjoy her. She talks about like fantasy tropes and different specific fantasy tropes and things like that. So if you enjoy my content, I think you would enjoy hers as well. Then we have Chelsea from The Reading Outlaw, who took a very long hiatus from BookTube and is now back in our feeds, and it makes me so very happy. She usually makes very quick videos, which are just fun and easy for when I'm like having a snack or having breakfast in the morning. I'm just telling you like my habits for YouTube watching at this point. But I love Chelsea. She participates a lot in fandom and talks about fandom, and I think at one point was talking about all the fan fiction she was reading, counting as books and stuff as well, which was a fun time. So she has a different spin on the science fiction, fantasy, and fandom and all that stuff, and I really enjoy watching her. Then I of course have to mention Thomas from SFF 180, again one of my fellow judges for the BooktubeSFF Awards. I really enjoy Thomas for his vlogs of most science fiction and fantasy conventions. I think they're wonderful. And for his book hauls and his book mail, because then I always know what science fiction and fantasy books are coming out that I might be interested in. I also really like his most anticipated for the year videos that he breaks into fantasy and sci-fi. It's just a very easy way for me to just sit down, not do any work at all, and have my computer out and find all of the books that I think sound interesting that are coming up. So I definitely use him as a resource for upcoming titles in sci-fi and fantasy. Then we have Shay from Shay Adventures, I think. When I was looking at her name, I was like, wait, I think the title is Shay Adventures. But everyone's gonna be linked down below, by the way, obviously. But I really enjoy Shay's videos and all of the things that she chooses to read, because if she likes it, I tend to like it. I think she's the first person I discovered Trader's Blade, the Greatcoat series by Sebastian J. Castell, of which I've only read the first book so far, but I'm going to read more. She just really enjoys a lot of those like epic fantasy series and different interesting ones as well that she finds, and I really enjoy her stuff as well, and also her aesthetic. I feel like we could be like dark witches in the woods together. And last but certainly not least, we have Elizabeth from Books and Pieces, who I believe I've also shouted out before in the past, but I think she was one of the first, if not the first, like specific science fiction and fantasy channel that I found, and probably because of her history. I think it was history of sci-fi, or was it history of fantasy, or did she do both? She did a history of series that involved costumes, and she is a delight. So I really enjoy her content and just her knowledge of the genres in general, and also she finds some really weird stuff. So she is somebody who I love and adore, but we also don't always agree on things because she likes some weird stuff that I just can't, but I also like discovering the weird stuff through her. So she's a fun time, a great resource, a joy, and a treasure. So that is it for some of my favorite science fiction and fantasy specific booktubers. Comment below, let me know some of your favorites. I'm always looking for them, and I feel like we're sometimes hard to find. It's just like a thing. I also don't look as often as I should because the YouTube search algorithm is just completely horrible. So if you know some great ones that you think that I'd really enjoy their content, comment below and let me know. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!